Hey Nicholas, this is Keaton Everett with ABC, going over your pitching video. I'm going to go through and talk a little bit about your mechanics and talk about a few things and look at your mechanics at couple key places. We look at how you start. We look at at foot strike when that left foot first hits the ground. And we look at through release. And the biggest thing what's going to help you is how you're starting. You have a pretty good idea of using that lower half, using your legs. Now it's just a matter of getting yourself in a consistent spot to repeat your mechanics. And the biggest thing, it might seem like the littlest thing to you, but watch what your eyes are doing. All right? You don't pick up that catcher until you're about right here. So you've already broken your hands, you've already started down the mound, and you're picking up that catcher really late. All right, it seems so minute and seems like it's not a big deal, but it is. It's something that a lot of people do, and I've done it before in my career where I'd look down, start my delivery, start my motion, and then pick up that catcher late. And I've always had trouble being consistent, and it wasn't until once that leg comes up off the ground. So once you start this left leg off the ground, you need those eyes right, looking at the catcher, and it's just so much visualization. You got a spot in mind, and the more you're kind of looking at it, the more you're seeing it in your brain, the easier it is to find that spot, that release point, hit that spot. So the biggest thing right off the bat is eyes on the catcher right here. All right. Another thing too, we need to stay balanced over that back foot, which you're doing great. All right. The one thing that we can change here a little bit is if you watch your glove. All right, you can see how your glove drops down and your hands are breaking about right here. All right. So all we need to do is to make your delivery a little more efficient is just to drop your hands close to your body into your chest. Having your hands up here and then swinging them down with your leg doesn't cause any gain in arm speed, doesn't cause any more velocity. All that causes is inconsistencies in where you break your hands. We need to break our hands at the same point. We need to break our hands right when this leg starts going down, right when these hips start going forward. So that's just a matter of just a timing deal. So try to get your hands a little bit lower so you're not breaking them down as you're breaking them, all right? You do throw those hips down the mound really well, all right? You're leading with the hips. All right, so that's good. You're driving with the legs. You have a really good lower half. Your lower half's working really well. All right, now it's just a matter of picking up the target earlier. All right, and just staying through those those legs a little bit longer. All right, and right here in this position is awesome. All right, right at your foot strike. You have a good angle with your arm. All right, it's not pointing up towards your ear, your elbow's not really high. Everything's looking good right here. You got your glove out over that front foot pretty good. All right, you got this. The most important thing is you got this torque starting to come. You're seeing your back foot starting to turn up off the ground. You're seeing this right hip start turning before that right shoulder. All right, and that's good. That's called torque, the hip shoulder separation. So the more strength you get, the older you get, the more that's where your power velocity is generated from. The hardest throwing guys, their hips are turned almost completely towards the plate before that upper body's going. So you're there, and that's really good, and I'm pretty impressed by that at your age of being there. So that's good. All right. Now, it'd be a lot easier to see this looking from the catcher's point of view, but you're going to be able to see yourself sort of pull off towards first base side a little bit. All right, so if we're looking from the plate, you're seeing that posture change over towards the first base side. What we want to try to do is try to keep that chest straight on. There can be a little bit of turn with your head, but the more we're able to kind of keep our eyes level, the better we're going to be able to finish through our backside. And popping open early, or just basically losing that posture, is you're going to see your foot start to come off the ground, all right, before you release the ball. So you're seeing this front foot this knee start driving into your back leg, and you're starting to see this front foot straighten up, all right? through release. What we want to try to see is, we want to try to see you transfer all this energy from back here, and we want to see it transferred out over this front foot. So what we want to try to see happen is your front leg take a little bit more of this load. We don't ever want to see your front knee get past your ankle. We just want to try to see it take a little bit more load as you shift forward, alright? So now you're going to start seeing, instead of your knee kind of start to straighten from here, we're going to see that knee shift forward a little bit, take a little bit more load. You're going to see that back leg stay on the ground, and then drive that chest down over that front foot. You know, in this position, we should be starting to see your head a little bit farther out over that knee. Alright, so you're just releasing the ball back, you know, back here over your hips almost, but we want to try to change it to get back out over that knee, over that front foot. Alright, so that's just something that, you know, you need to just let your weight shift a little bit farther forward. Just stay through your back leg a little bit longer. Just think about, you know, driving all the way through that last big toe, and just getting out over that front foot. So at release, you know, now your head is down over here. You know, your leg's just going to start coming off the ground. But the biggest thing is you're going to start releasing the ball. You know, instead of, you kind of miss the release point in these between these two frames, but you're going to start seeing, you know, the ball get released a little bit closer. All right, and that's what we want to do. We want to release the ball as hard as we can, as close as we can, and that just makes it a lot harder on the hitter and makes it a lot easier for us. So the biggest thing again is just clean up how you start. All right, clean up that a little bit. Get your eyes on the target. You're already getting good at driving with your hips. Now it's just a matter of keeping that front side closed a little bit longer, so we can drive through that back leg. You know, we want to make sure, you know, even in this one, you can see it pop open, and part of that cause, this pitch actually shows a little bit better, is this glove here. Be aware of trying to keep this down a little bit longer. Try to get that elbow out there a little bit longer to help you kind of keep that front side in line closed instead of pulling off. You know, you can kind of see the glove at your chest right now. You know, we want to try to see that glove out here a little bit longer, which will force this back leg to drive your body down over that front knee a little bit longer, so you can get going. And so you can see here on this pitch, you're doing a little bit better at taking this load on that front side. And now you're seeing that head, you know, out over that front knee a little bit, whereas before, you know, back here, you can see how you're straightening that leg and you're releasing that ball back here. So you can kind of see those two difference is just in that leg. So that's just something that's going to be big to get that consistency of driving all that power, all that energy from that right side, driving it out on that front side, and then just staying closed and getting out over that front foot. So you can see how you're a little bit farther out here. All right. So, but again, really good torque, really good legs for your age. All right, good lower half. Now it's just a matter of just syncing everything up, cleaning up how you're starting a little bit, and then just keeping that front side in line a little bit longer. But everything else is really solid. So hopefully you're having a great year this year. Thanks for making it out to camp. Hope you had a great time. We look forward to seeing you again with ABC.